What's up, family and friends? Welcome to the Woke Nation, our nation of factual truth, where we feel free to share knowledge and spread the knowledge of factual truth without fear, without favor, and without faint, where we encourage us to live our lives and live it well through the knowledge of factual truth. And personally, I encourage you to enjoy your life. As I said earlier, that today we'll be going live, the Woke Nation. So wherever you are, you want to join the conversation about our Africa. But today the topic will be the missing links in Africa. Not only one missing link, we can put the pieces together when we bring all the links together. So we'll be talking about that, everything about Africa. The number you should call if you want to, speak live or join us live. You can request to be approved, or you can ask me to send you invite to see if it works. So, but if it doesn't work directly with this line, with this Facebook live broadcast, you can call this Nigerian number. Especially those of you in Nigeria that are woke, I want you to contribute because you are what you're experiencing there. The number is 0901 504 0969. Again, the number to call, whether through WhatsApp number, I think it's WhatsApp. You call through WhatsApp, so to save your data, all that is 0901 504 0969. So that's it. You're welcome to join. Let me try to let me type the number on the comment section so that you can use it to call. Where are you? Facebook. Boom. Okay, here. This is the number you can call. That's WhatsApp number. WhatsApp number. WhatsApp number. To call and join is 0901 504 0969. So that's the number. So for those of you that want to join through WhatsApp, the number is there, right there, 0901 504 0969. 504 0969. That's Nigerian number you can call to join. If you request to be invited or to be approved to join and it doesn't work, you call the WhatsApp number. So the missing link. I want you to know, fellow Africans, that our land is not cursed. Africa is not cursed. Africa is nature, and you cannot curse nature. You cannot bless nature. Nature exists. Whether you embrace it or not, the nature will prevail. So our land is not cursed. And we as a people, we are not cursed. Yes. The truth is this, that we are slaves under control or under the control of foreign people. Till today, we are still living as slaves. We are still their slaves. Check our names, check our institutions, check the way we dress, check what we call culture and tradition, check what we say we worship. You will understand perfectly that we are slaves under their control. It's because we also lack power. When I'm talking about power, we are talking about wealth. We lack power and the weapons. The world powers today are people that have wealth and weapons, not people that have money and diplomas or degrees, all that. No, it is people that have wealth and weapons. And how do you have wealth? When you have land. So weapons, you build your own weapon. If you are buying weapon from someone else, you will never match up with that person. That person will never say to you the weapon you can use to challenge them or you can use to stop them from stealing from you. Remember, they are the thief that comes to steal, kill, and destroy. So the missing links in Africa. One time I made a video on missing link, which is people don't blame God. So they don't want you to bring God into the discussion. Why they are complaining, they are condemning their fellow human beings, they are condemning themselves, they are condemning the government, they are condemning the world. They do all that, but when it comes, how about the Almighty God you said you believe in created the world, created you, in charge of everything? Nothing happens without his permission. If that God exists and cares about you, so why are you not bringing that God in the conversation, in the discussion, in the condition that you are in? If this God so much care about you, as they told you, as they preached to you, so why are you not asking questions? Where is this God in my time of need? Where is this God in our time of need? Where is this God that can do all things? They said this God parted the Red Sea. They said this God made make the blind to see. They said this God raises the dead. They made all kinds of claims in the name of this God. Yet, in reality, this God is nowhere to be found. And the theists, people that worship this God, people that believe in this God, people that preach this God, want us to shut up when things are not working as they preached, when things are not working as they believed, when things are not working as they teach. They want you to shut up. Don't talk about God. It is not any, don't blame God, blame man. God made this world so beautiful, so rich, but it is man that corrupted it. It's a lie. Corruption you're talking about, the evil you are talking about, find its origin in the concept of God. When you begin to believe that there is a being that is greater than you, higher than your people, that you are nothing without that being. Although you claim that being created you, but you cannot see that being. They make it unseen, or they make the unseen sacred to keep you enslaved. You will never know yourself. I want to put it this way. Until you see yourself, another word for see is know. To see is to know. Until you see yourself, until you know yourself, you will continue being afraid of imaginary beings. You will continue worshiping imaginary beings. You will continue defending imaginary beings. You will continue speaking for those imaginary beings. Let me say this for us Africans who always claim that our ancestors were worshiping God before white men came. So white men came who did not have God, defeated you, enslaved you, and you that brag to have God, you still suffering the consequences of that war or invasion or slavery. So where was that God of your ancestors when these evil people invaded and enslaved us? Where is the God of your ancestors? But you also turn the same thing you are against in Abrahamic religion, blaming yourself. You say, oh, the evil is happening in our land because of bad things people are doing. You are sleeping with the people's wife. That's why evil is happening. You are killing people. That's why evil is happening. But the people that rape us, people that killed us, people that stole our land, people that still control us till today, that evil, they are not blaming they're not blaming themselves for any evil. That evil that is happening to you or that cause that is following you is not following them. Where was the gods of your ancestors? God never existed in any way, in any form. It doesn't matter how you try to put it. You say it is your brain that is God. You say it is you that is God. You say it is us that is gods and goddesses. All that thing are bullshit. The concept of God is the origin of evil. The root of all evil is God. Every lie is God. You can even trace that in their book. The spirit of madness comes from their God. The spirit of lie comes from their God. Spirit of destruction comes from their God. Evil, their God say he creates evil because you have to be evil to create evil. Africans cannot create evil because Africans are not evil. We are nature. There's no evil in nature. I've been telling you this. There's no good and evil in nature. There's no curse and blessing in nature. What you have in nature is positive and negative. And both of them works together. Stop being against negative. Some of you call it negative vibration. Negative. No. Embrace negative. Embrace negative. Negative is not evil. Negative is like the male or the female, and the positive is like the male or the female. Male and female, when they come together, that's when you see real life or living. That's when you see them giving birth. That's when you see them doing great things. And anything that separates man and the woman is evil. So we need to understand that missing link they want us to ignore. They don't want us to come up with it, which is concept of God. Don't blame God. Blame yourself. Blame your others. Blame the government. But never God. Oh, God is good all the time. So that time you were crying, begging your fellow human being to help you. God is good to you. God is one. And that's why, it is ridiculous for you who don't believe in God helping those who believe in God. It don't supposed to be so. In fact, they are the one that's supposed to be helping you because they preach love. They say their God is love. Their God owns everything. So you don't supposed to be giving to the children of God. Rather, children of God are supposed to be giving to you. But if they know you don't believe in their God, they won't give to you. So you that know they have condemned you to hell, they don't believe in you or they're forcing belief on you. And they say because you don't believe in their God, you are doomed, you are cursed, and you are going to hell. So why are you helping them who have God when you don't have God? It is the people that have God that are supposed to be helping you, not the other way around. If their God cannot supply their needs, why are you trying to do so? Why are you doing so? Because religious people or theists, they are the one they created that God and they are sponsoring that God. For them to show you that their God supply all their needs, they raise money to meet that need. They labor to meet that need. But their God never done anything for them. Then they turn around and said, it is God that did it. It is all about God. Hey, without God, thank God I wake up this morning. Thank God I can eat today. Thank God I'm alive today. Where is your God? In heaven. How can you go to that your God when I die? Okay, now you will die today. No, it's not my time to die. I will not die. God forbid, I will not die. I reject it. Every spirit of death, I reject it. It is this concept of God that make Africans believe our land is cursed. It is this concept of God that made Africans believe that we are cursed. Yeah, Adeyemi asks, is African juju charm real, sir? Yes, but it's not what they call it. You see how they say it is charm or it is juju? When you smoke marijuana, is that juju or charm? It is natural. Okay, let's say don't smoke it. If you use the weed, the marijuana leaf to cook any food, the way you use a bitter leaf, pumpkin leaves, punk leaf, spinach, all the vegetables or grass we used to cook. If you use marijuana to cook, when you eat it, Is that juju or charm? It make you think certain things. It make you do some people, it make them smarter. Some people, it make them dumber. It depends on how you react on it. But it's not a spiritual thing. It is not, because when they say juju or charm, they mean it is evil. That's what, that's why it's written in their book. It said that charm is deceitful. But Africans don't have charm or juju like the evil, the way they make it. It is science. It is science. It is science that can make the aeroplane fly. It's not any juju or charm, I mean evil thing like that. The real juju or charm that is deceitful is like there is God. It's like God is good, or God bless you, or God can do this, God can do that. That is the juju, that is the charm. And that is not African thing. It is not natural thing. It is not nature. So when you're talking about African juju, African charm, you know, those the names they used to vilify it. It is African powers. It is African science. It is people doing it. If people are doing it, it has nothing to do with spirituality or spiritual. It is natural. There's also a leaf or a grass or a plant. If it touches your skin, you will lose your mind. You will not know where you are anymore. That doesn't mean maybe you are dead. No, you won't know. You will know where you are. Just like those oncolos, or maybe you take some hard drug. You know, it will mess up your mind for some time. You will regain your consciousness again. So that's what people call charm. But it's not. It's natural. It's great. You see some plant, when you touch them, they close or they open. They do certain things. It has nothing to do with spirituality. Spirituality hinders us from knowing everything about that plant or about life. It makes you believe, because it is easier to believe than to know. For you to know, you have to do a lot of critical thinking. You have to do your own research. You have to go through a lot to know. It's like a Christian or a Muslim trying to reason on the teachings of Christianity and Islam. You know, that person will go through a lot of doubt, a lot of question. You know, that person will be, what is going on? This thing has not been making sense, but I believe it's been making sense. You know, they have been teaching me this. My parents taught me this. The people around me taught me this, but actually, when I think critically, it doesn't make sense. You see, it is easier to believe than to know. That's why you see majority of people believe instead of knowing. They believe that government will come and build them. So they don't do something that will trigger that change. They keep believing that one day they will elect somebody else, or God will send somebody else as a president or as a governor or as a leader to fix those problems. You see, the government don't want you to have weapons. How about your natural powers? How about those your African science you can use? We can use even animals to do those things. Do you know there's a way we can train animals and even people with weapons to fear to come to us? This tank they use for war today, the originally Africans were using elephant for it. And they were winning wars. White people cannot beat black people in wars unless black people are not ready. Anytime black people rise up to war or to fight, white people will never defeat them, because black people are nature. Artificial can never beat nature. Yeah, you may fight, you may do that, but the nature will prevail, whether you like it or not. So that's about the African charm or juju. They want us to be ignorant of it. They don't want us to know anything about it. They want us to know about America, about Europe, about Asia, but not about Africa. Anything Africa in the world today is charm, is evil. When you watch all these Nigerian movies, you see how they are using even Nigerians to make sure Africans remain afraid or ignorant of their powers. Okay, so for example, government have weapons. You see the police, you see the military, brandishing weapons, intimidating people everywhere. So how about your African powers? Why you can't use it? It's one of the missing links in Africa. Majority of Africans are ignorant of African powers. That's why I'm on this journey to know about those powers. I'm looking for real people. Most people we have today as native doctors, as those people you call the custodian of our culture and traditions, they are fake. And one of these ways we know they are fake is either they use God or they use money. You see, majority of our people still believe in God. But God is not helping us in reality. He's not doing anything for us. Look at our family. Look at our individual lives. And tell me there is God. Then I will tell you you are stupid. You are schizophrenic. You are delusional. You need to wake up. You talk to them money. Even ordinary herb that native doctors used to go to inside the bush before and get, they're paying for it today. Maybe they plant it, say, if you want it, bring money, take it. But even if we will add money to it, let us teach it to other people. Let us learn about it. Let us use it. Why? How can you have African powers and police people or military men are harassing your village people, your community people, your townspeople, your own people? Sometimes when I say I'm looking for somebody that know how to do such powers, that I will go and do it, power to disappear and appear, power to enter into any government office, give them serious warning. If you don't do this so time, this thing will happen, especially to you and your family. Then I say, what of those people that I think they have such powers? So why don't they have such thoughts about their land, about their people? But they are busy getting married, producing children. They send even to the school that teaches them the same thing he's against, or the same thing that is against his African stuff. Buying cars. You see native doctors celebrating of car. Native doctors saying that, whatever God or gods they worship, they did something. This person travel abroad and make money and come. Buy car for them, build a house for them. That's the achievement. They're achieving things, or they know what they're doing. No, you're not. We are slaves. So you should understand that the government have power, but they don't want you to have any form of power. What power does the government have? They control the wealth and the weapons. How about the poor masses? No, they let the poor masses have religion. They let the poor masses have spirituality. But how about science, African science at least? Every family have that science. Every family have that powers. How about that? You see, you hear the voice recording of my mom when I talk about, I said, our family used to have a great herbalist. So I was suggesting, I've been trying to find out if I can trace those herbs that man was using. Anytime I go to any native doctor, this is what I go to find out. I want to find out, everything that man knew and was doing when he was alive. His name was Joel. His son was Metal, but both of them are late. The man that supposed to continue that was Luis. He became born again, threw them away, and they died also. So I suggest even my younger brother Chibike, even if he stay in village doing that. But the man Joel, he was traveling up to the township. Even he used to spend time in our house then in Onitsha. And people living in township and village, they begin to seek after him because he was helping them in solving their problems. But that's what I suggested. Even that my younger brother, instead of you trying this one, it will not work. You try this one, it will not work. Why not try that one? That's what my mother said, that I want my younger brother to worship idol. So when you talk about African culture and tradition, our African brethren who are in Abrahamic religion see it like you are evil, you are devil, you are worshiping idol. But it's better I worship idol that I know we are the one that establish it than me worshiping invisible God, God of Israel, Jesus of Nazareth. I rather worship the idols that I know we are the one that establish it. We know if you do this one, do this, it will work this way. It's better I have it than worshiping the God in heaven, than worshiping invisible God. It's better I do that. If I don't have weapons and if I don't have wealth, let me have that science that when I put it in my house, any thief that comes there will remain confused until I come home or until we wake up. I want to have that science, that power, that when somebody is coming to harm me, I will see the person coming. I will not kill the person. I will torture the person. I don't buy that stupid thing of anybody coming to kill me should kill himself. No. You don't bring the great change like that. It's people facing the consequences of their actions. That's how you bring the great change, the desired change in the land. Imagine in a community or in a village where you have young people, where you have elderly people. Yes, people will come from outside to kidnap people or to do all manner of evil. It wasn't happening like that in Africa before. Because in Africa, you know, if you trespass, you will suffer for it. So there and see. But today, they have indoctrinated us and brainwashed us to leave weapons and wealth in the hand of government. Then we become good citizens. Then we are suffering. Then the government tell us, yeah, there is God. He's the one that put us in power. And if you resist any government, you are resisting the ordinance of God. So if you want to enjoy life, you have to obey the government. Government kill people. Leave it in the hand of God. God will judge them. No, my iPhone, they say it's arriving in November. Yeah. I don't know why it's long this time. It's there. Where is this? 09016174077. Let me reply. Okay. So please remember the number to call on WhatsApp if you want to share your own knowledge about Africa. Call that number there. It's right there, 0901-504-0969. That's on WhatsApp so that we can talk wherever you are. So, the government have weapons. They have wealth. So they want you now to, when you go to school or whatever you are doing, just struggle to be making money. Worship God. Government like it when you are struggling to make money and when you are worshiping God. They like these two things. And they confuse you more by writing for you that you cannot worship God, you cannot serve God and money. You have to choose one. Whichever one you choose is misleading you. Whether you choose God, it's misleading you. Whether you choose money, it's misleading you. Because they are the one that controls the money you're talking about. They make the money for you. You are not the one making the money. Are you the one that print the money? No, government is in control of it. And the truth is this, in reality, you don't need money. At least learn it during the lockdown. In reality, you don't need money. What you need is food. That's all you need in reality, because you are food. You are not money. You are not born with any money. You are born food. That's why animals can eat you as their food too. And when you die, you will be buried as food to be eaten and be born again. It is not a spiritual thing. It is a natural thing. So imagine if you have your African powers, even those in power will bow before you. They will not come messing with you. But as I was saying, imagine if our village are well equipped naturally, where people have that African powers that can suspend things, that can change things, at least for a while, to show you that we are doing this. Don't mess with us. Don't trespass. You won't see military men doing all that. In America, you cannot see any military man beating any one they call bloody civilian. You wear camouflage, they will not touch you because that shows you supporting them. But try to do that in Africa. Wear camouflage. Even when you wear it as fashion, you know, your dress, they will beat you up. Because you don't have the power to do so. But if you have your African science, which they call voodoo, African science, which they call juju, African science, which they call atima, African science, which they call charm, African science, which they call witchcraft, African science, which they vilified. If you have such powers, if you have such science in our villages, even governors will bow, the presidents will bow, white people will bow. You don't know the power we have as a people. Even if you put the science aside, we don't fear death, we don't fear war, we don't fear all that evil. They will also fear us. They will not penetrate. I remember, which year was that? Before the death of my grandmother, she was part of the women that protested in my village. When the people, government people, some few people from our village or our town, coupled with the Igwe of our town, they decided to sell some of our land to the government. It was called Nada then. They were taking many lands in Igbo land. But my father and the co were the one that resisted that. And they rallied the women, elderly women. You know, in Igbo land, you know, they believe if elderly women rally, protest, you know, change must come. We don't suppose even to get to that extent. If we are living as a people, we're supposed to. So if you know Ibubu Muchu very well, when you're coming down from Nkuchu, you know, when you reach that Ugu Center, it's the General Hospital, you know, coming down that hill, then before where the Salvation Army have their building now. So that time it was the military governor. That's what they have in Nigeria then, Anambra State, to be precise. Then the women blocked the road. The military governor and all his entourage, all his people, they were coming. They came, they saw the women. The women don't know how to speak English. Where they were saying, we no agree, we no agree, we no agree, we no agree. The governor ordered, let us turn back. They went back, they did not commission that project. That's how government did not take that land in Ibubu Muchiti today. Because some people rallied around and say, no, we don't want this. But today, do you think we can do that today as we did then? This thing is not like something that happened in antiquity, no. Maybe that was before I came to America. Let's say maybe 20 years ago or something like that. Without charm, without juju, only protest, so they blocked the road. The governor did not order, shoot them. And those people that were around, they were protesting. They were not afraid of they will be shot. But you know how SARS, how it went in Lagos. You know how it went. Papa, they kill some people, everybody run away. But why are you looking for one person to be equipped to protect you or to save you? Why all of us can be the same thing? The same thing I asked you when you're talking about Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, that was before his arrest too. I asked you people, why is Mazi Nnamdi Kanu your leader? All of you supposed to be leaders. Anything called organization or cult where you have a leader, that thing is anti-nature. All of us supposed to be leaders. Africans have leaders, elders as leaders. Before these evil people came with this system we have today, you call politics. You call the government. We are the few people governing the masses. It's supposed to be the masses governing themselves, then appointing somebody to serve them. That's what it's supposed to be originally. The president is supposed to be your servant, and your servant should not live better than you. If your servant is living better than you, something is wrong with your head. That's where they borrow that idea of this one is a man of God, is your shepherd, is your leader. And yet they tell you that all of you worshiping the same God. All of you are children of the same God. But that one is chosen. That one is anointed. So, you see, that's why the government don't want you to blame God. No, there is God. Don't worry. Worship God. Worship God. Yeah, money is where you... What is life without money? They are the ones sponsoring all these people singing nonsense, making people abandoning the natural way of living for artificial way of living. Today, you see a grown-up telling you that life is nothing without money. Many of them struggling in Onitsha, struggling in Lagos, struggling in Aba, that left their villages. If they have remained in their village and planned their life very well, they won't be struggling to pay their house rent. They will be serving under somebody as housekeepers, house helps, employees, where they maltreat them, where they tell them all manner of nonsense. For example, I have land as firstborn in my family. Even if I don't have land, my village, Ibubu Muchu, especially Okerezangwe, we have lands where you can be cultivated. You don't pay anything. All you need is the seed you will sow. You till the land and you sow it. They give you land where you will farm. But today, they have made us to believe life is nothing without money, because we left our wealth, which is our land, chasing the money they give us, which they used to control us, and also believing that God will give us money. God will increase what we sow. God will bless us. God. Have you seen this God? No. But I believe there is God. If you don't believe, you are a fool. No, you are the fool. You that believe without seeing God. If there is God, you need to know God, not believe. Anything that asks you to believe is a lie. Okay, so the second thing I want to talk about is they raise you up not to blame your parents. This one is another deep one. Majority of our people are living in this bondage, fear of parents. That's why I say fear is not respect. You fear your parents, but you claim it is respect. You don't respect your parents if you're not telling them the truth. You are not respecting your parents if you're not withstanding their lies. You are not respecting your parents when you let their evil deeds sleep, because they are your parents. That's why you see division today among siblings. Because some of them support the evil of their parents. Some of them are against that evil. So those who support the evil join with their parents against those who are against those evil. When your parents give birth to you in poverty, that is evil. When your parents sent you to do apprenticeship, like for 7 years, living in another person's house, after they will settle you to start business, that is evil. When your parents, knowing that they don't have even property, or they have only one land, but they born 10 children, that is evil. Those children, they will do all manner of things just to survive. And guess what? They will tell them no matter what, they are your parents. Don't blame your parents. Blame the government. Don't blame your parents. Pray to God. The God that gave you to your parents will provide for you. That's why you see those lazy parents telling you, sending you with the Bible, sending you with the Quran to go and make money in abroad, to go and make money in the city. They claim that their God is with you, their God will bless you. So why can't their God bless them so that they could buy the best car for you, build the best house for you, take great care of you without you suffering? Like I said last time, most parents cannot go through what they put their children through, because they have those children. Those children are too weak to resist or to stand their ground. So that's why when such children grow up and stand their ground, those parents call them evil. Those parents rise against them. They can even, do anything to kill them. How many of you are matured enough to blame your parents when they are in error? How many of you in your family, you say, no, it's family thing, don't worry, it will change. One time it will change. Like what is going on between me and my sibling. Those ones that condemn me, I condemn them already. I don't want to have anything to do with them. It doesn't matter what anybody is saying. You can't call me evil and expect me to be nice to you. I will never do that. I'm not that stupid. Our ancestors made that mistake. I will not continue it. I cut it. It will not continue because I'm using my brain. Your poor parents born you in poverty, and you already had your children in poverty, or you are planning to have your own children in poverty. Then after, you either blame the devil, you blame yourself, but you will never blame God. You will never blame your parents. Oh, your mother suffered. There's emotional blackmail they use to make you feel like you are wrong when they are the one wrong. Your mother carried you for 9 months. You cannot have another mother but this one. Can you have another elder brother than the one you have? No. It's one. Can you have another sister than that one? No. If you know the same way you think about your mother, think the same way about yourself. Think the same way about your brother. Think the same way about your sister. Doesn't matter who is in error. You have to expose that error unless you are not honest. And that's why most of you are not honest in life. You are not. You are afraid of your parents just as the same way you are afraid of God. And that's why they raise you to do what? Children, obey your parents. Honor your father and mother in the Lord. That's in the fear of God. He said, if you do so, there's a promise for you to live long. And it shall be well with you in the land of the living. It's not true. At least learn from your suffering. Learn prudence from your suffering, not obedience. Learn prudence from your suffering, not obedience. Slaves obey. The free people are wise. You maltreat them, they retaliate. They will not let you continue. Things don't poke their eyes twice. But obedient people, you keep poking their eyes. They keep believing. They keep hoping. They keep trusting. They keep loving. They keep humbling themselves. No. No. One of the missing links is the evil of your parents. Yeah, your parents. You know your parents. That if you know how they take other people's land, you know how they gossip against other people, how they lies about other people, you keep quiet. You know how your parents have all of you, but they're not taking care of all of you. They are more serious in church business than family business. But you keep quiet. Then when you hustle, you know how you lie or how other people help you to succeed. You say, if not for your parents, when they didn't do those things, it is time you think. If you are not parents yet, remember you will be parents tomorrow. How many children do you want to have? Do you have what it takes to take care of a child? You know that the government of your land don't take care of your child as Americans or Europeans or do. You know, there's no government in Africa that provide for your for a newborn baby. In America, at least first 5 years of that child is the government will be assisting that child. But you are living in a place like Nigeria when you know how you yourself suffered with your poor parents, poor religious parents. And now you are planning also to marry and be producing children in such condition too. And after you will say you are wise. No, you are not. You are stupid. After you will come to argue with somebody like me, saying that I am stupid, but you are the stupid one. My parents, my late father, my living mother, now they can testify to that. I was withstanding them face to face. I don't need anybody to tell me or do anything about my parents. I know my parents. At least I'm the firstborn. So among all my siblings, I know my parents first before them. And you think that I will hate my parents or I will be against my parents? No, unless they're against me. I can only be against anyone who is against me. I'm no longer a Christian. I'm no longer a believer in God. I'm no longer a worshiper of God. I don't practice love. I don't practice hope. I don't practice faith. I don't practice fear. I don't practice humility. I practice justice, fairness, and equity. The way you treat me is the way I will treat you. I don't forgive. I am fair. Fairer than your God. So, are you honest enough to tell the truth about your parents? You know how you struggle with them, but when they die, you begin to raise money for their burial, and you begin to lie to people. Oh, it was this, it was great. Yeah. But you are looking at their pocket. How much did that one bring? Write it down, write it down. You even have a secretary with a booklet. They're writing down, oh, Mr. Okonkwo. They bring the envelope, you bring a count. Mr. Okonkwo brought 2,000. Mrs. Mbori brought 100 naira. And these people will say they practice love. He said, love keeps no record. They will say, no, it's a record of evil. Of course. It's money, not evil. Money is not a natural thing. But why are you keeping record when you're supposed to live freely? You may give me one today, tomorrow I give you 20. I will not give you one tomorrow because you gave me one today. When I know things are changing. How much is one naira today? I mean, $1 today in Nigeria. 1,000 naira. That's over 1,000, if not up to 1 something, unless it drop again. But remember, some months ago, we were saying that $1 it will reach 1,000 naira. So if you have $1,000 now, you're a millionaire. you're a millionaire in Nigeria. So I'm a millionaire. Count me among millionaires. I have up to $1,000 in my account. I'm a millionaire in Nigeria. That's why I tell you that even somebody working in a gas station, those people that sell gas, they are better in America. They are better than rich people in Nigeria. That's why you see rich people in Nigeria traveling abroad for medical checkup or medical whatever. Let them do it in Africa, let's see, or in Nigeria, let's see. They will die. Although they claim, oh, it's a doctor. So what are they doing? Even the doctors in Africa or in Nigeria, they are traveling abroad for treatment. Doctors. Oh, no, we don't have nice bed. You see those beds in American hospital, comfortable, electric. Even in Nigeria hospital where they have an electric bed, there is no light. When you see any hospital where there is light always, like those ones the American embassy uses, go there, go and see how much it costs to be admitted there. You will tell me how many people in your village that can afford to be in such a hospital. Yeah. Another thing I want to talk about is don't question the authority. That's another one. You see, when you begin to question the authority, the government, what is going on in the land, it's the poor masses that will rise against you. You say you are jealous, you are envious. Leave them. When they were suffering, they were going to school without slippers. Oh, now they are making it. Why you are trying to fight for them? They are the one that will come against you. That's why the government like the poor masses. Because poor masses is singing their praises. You call them poor masses. What made them poor masses? Because they're not using their brain. They are asleep. They are not conscious. That's why they wrote it in Romans chapter 13. Let me read it. Romans chapter 13. So let me read it with a New Contemporary English Version. Yeah. Hear what it says. Romans chapter 13, it says, obey the rulers who have authority over you. You see, rulers no man supposed to have authority over you. It is evil for one person to have authority over the other person. Nobody was born with two heads. Rulers are supposed to be your servants, not your masters. You're supposed to be masters over the rulers, because the rulers are the few people that the entire masses appointed or elected or chose to represent them in certain things, not to rule over them. No one, no man, no woman should rule over you as a human being. He said only God can give authority to anyone, and he puts those rulers in their places of power, which is a lie. He said only God can give authority to anyone. No, it is people that give. I see the poor masses has given the authority to those people that are serving as their president, as their governor, as their rulers. So, if the poor masses know that they have this power, they will not let this authority be over them. The authority will be serving them. The authority will not be over them. The authority will be under them. They are the one that determines how that authority live. He said people who oppose the authorities are opposing what God has done, and they will be punished. Did you hear that? Like those people opposing Tinubu in Nigeria. Those people opposing Biden in America. Those people opposing Putin in Russia. Those people that oppose what is it name again? The one in Germany, Hitler. Those people that oppose Hitler, they were opposing God or what God has done. People took power or authority, or people put power in authority. Now they turn it to what? That is what God has done. People voted people into power. They say it is what God has done. You see them rig election. You see them stole election. You see them enter power by force. They tell you that it is God who made them kings. It is God who made them presidents. It's God who made them governors. It's God who made them rulers. You know when they were born. You know their parents. But suddenly they become the chosen. They were born exactly the same way you were born. They don't have two hairs. But suddenly they become the chosen one. You must be under. You must serve. Verse 3. He said, rulers are a threat to evil people, not to good people. It's a lie. Rulers are friends to evil people. Rulers are evil people. Any human being ruling over another human being is evil. That's why slavery is evil. And the form of government we have today is slavery. He said, there is no need to be afraid of the authorities. Just do right and they will praise you for it. You know, it's a lie. Most people you see in jail are people that do right, people that protest against evil government, people that protest against corruption in the land. They arrest them and jail them. They kill their supporters. See what happened to Mazen Nnamdi Kanu. Although today many people say, hey, it was business and blah, blah. Okay, that was his business. How about you? So why are you complaining against the Nigerian government when you know the truth? It's because you are evil too. You want that evil to continue. If they treat you the same way they treat those Biafrans, you know you will you will hate them the more. That because you are evil, so you support that evil government. It's after all, they are God's servants and it is their duty to help you. So Nigerians, Tinubu is God's servant and it is his duty to help you. And you see how he's helping you, right? Thank your God. In everything, give thanks to your God. Evil people. If you do something wrong, you ought to be afraid because these rulers have the right to punish you. God doesn't punish anybody. They are God's servants who punish criminals to show how angry God is. Criminals who are in power are God's servants who punish criminals to show how angry God is, not how angry they are. Do you see what is going on now? They are ruling you in the name of God. They are not ruling you naturally because there's no rulership in nature, no kingship in nature. It is evil. Kingship is evil. Queenship, evil. Rulership, evil. It is anti-nature. That's what evil is all about. He said, but you should obey the rulers because you know it is the right thing to do and not just because of God's anger. See? Not just because of God's anger. Now, that's why they say you must also pay your taxes. The authorities are God's servants, and it is their duty to take care of these matters. Pay all that you owe, whether it is taxes and fees or respect and honor. You must pay. But, you know, that's how they put in the New Testament. If you read the Old Testament very well, do you know taxes? People don't used to pay tax before. It was a king who was waging war with another king that decided to tax rich people. Only rich people. But today they use it as part of supporting or sponsoring the government. You must pay your taxes. No, the first time you hear taxes in the Bible was because of war. It's not the way of living. It's not the way we're supposed to be living, to take great care of ourselves. Not one person coming to control us, telling us how to dress, how to live, how to speak, how to think. What to think. They're not teaching us how to think. It's what to think. Think that there is God. Think all is well. Think tomorrow will be better. Think this month you will become millionaire. Think, nobody will die in your family this year. Think, that's the way they want you to think, what they want you to be thinking. Whoa, how can I make money? I want to make money. I want to train my children in universities. I want this, I want that. That's what they want you to think. But have you seen Africans thinking about their land? No. They don't. So that's why the people in authority are ruling them and maltreating them. See what is going on in Africa today. So the main missing link I want to discuss today is this. Who are the people who did or doing all the evil in the land? I've heard many Africans still believing that our ancestors were evil and the white people came and bring goodness to us. They gave us good rules, education, banking, military, great way of life, or good way of life. But think, I will mention many areas like killing of twins, when our people believed that our ancestors were killing twins before white people came and they stopped it. No. First, I don't know what they call human being actually, but in my own land, Igbo land, individual person, what we call it is mando, beauty of life. Life is not a gift. When you look at yourself, you are seeing the beauty of life. You are life. You are life. No life in you, no life outside you. You are life. So they tell you that people that say that life is spring, life is beautiful, they are now killing twins. You believe that? No, we weren't killing twins. Who taught us to kill? White people. They came killing our fathers, raping our mothers, using newborn babies as bait to alligator. Oh, alligator. Alligator paper, alligator. They open pregnant woman's belly, take the baby. They rape our fathers too, in the ass, anus. They did all that evil. But you believe your ancestors were doing those evils before they came. But you cannot show me where your ancestors did the same thing to them. You see how you do business with people, they do business with you, do business with them. I want you to show me where your own ancestors enslaved white people. Did you see how they give you the picture or the movie of Idi Amin to show you that he was evil when he was not? He was fighting for himself. But you believe that white woman was the one that came and stopped our people or kick against killing of twins. No. If you don't know it now. The people that were killing twins are Africans converted into Christianity. It were not real Africans. They were Christians who they believe that somebody is possessed by evil spirit. So they also believe that a human being, a woman is supposed to give birth only one child, confirming the story of Adam and Eve. They did not have twins. Before you accept anything they are posting on social media, use your brain. Even if you didn't go to any school, use your brain. The people that said life is spring will not end up killing anyone. It is people that comes as savages, as evil. They comes to steal, kill, and destroy. We call them our oppressors, our invaders, our slave masters, the Arabs and the Europeans. That's where it came from. Think. Most of the things you call your culture and tradition today are rooted in the Bible, in the Quran, in Africa. It has nothing to do with our originality. We lost the knowledge of our originality, which is what we are trying to regain today. That makes us say we are awakened Africans. That makes us to say that we are woke Africans. It's not religious thing. It's not spiritual thing. It's natural. We are nature. How about the other one? They told you that your ancestors were selling themselves into slavery before white people came. It's a lie. Do you know that Africans had no military? They had no weapon of mass destruction of their fellow human beings. They weren't fighting over lands. They didn't have corruption. They didn't have government. They were living as people. A people secured, a people living united, peaceful, no need of any external help. People that never consulted God before they think for themselves and do what they need to do. That's why I said, when we begin to think for ourselves, we all will be on one page. We will begin to reason alike. That's the beauty of being woke. Because no matter where you're coming from, we reason alike as woke nation, as awakened Africans, as woke Africans. We reason alike. We don't argue blindly. We argue to learn. We argue to inform one another. We argue to help one another understand or know better. Check the people you said that we are selling slaves in your own village. As they told you, you will find that they are the people working with white men. They were not your real elders. It started with the youth. The elders run the land. Then the youths are the one, in case if there is any dangerous animals that are eating up our crops or attacking us, the youths will say so that they are going to fish out that animals, kill them. If there is anybody they need to maybe chase away from the village, it is the work of the youth. When they have gathering, it is the work of the youth to make sure there is peace there. But the white people came, killed the elders, take those youths, young people now, they look, if you promise them, they begin, okay, I think, yeah, let me do it. That's why you see, today it is easy for you to get the youth to support evil than to stand for what is right in the land. Because they give them some promise, oh, you will have beautiful women, you will have your own cars, you will get your chieftaincy titles, blah, blah, blah. People will bow before you. Okay, I will do it. They used those youths they converted to kill our elders. Don't you know, missionaries, they were wicked. That's why when they came, they targeted the poor people. Because where you see poor people is in families where the parents born children like anyhow. Then the children are struggling. They want to have better things in life. You give them promises. Come do this one, they go. The same thing that is still going on till today during election. Who are they using to campaign as touts? Youth. Why are they doing that? Because of the promises they gave to them. Guess what? The same promises they gave them in religion, in spirituality, in everything. That's the same thing working. For you to win presidency or governorship today, just know how to make sound promises, appealing promises. Promises that make them say, okay, yeah, let me try it. That's how Donald Trump become the president of America. How we build wall, Mexico will pay for it. They know it's impossible, but they believe maybe he will do it today. Maybe God has chosen him. He's the chosen one. And that's why they're doing everything for him to win re-election. He lost. And they're doing everything for him to maybe win again. He will never win. It doesn't matter what you say. Even if it's only one person that will vote him in, it will not work. In America, if you know how America works, no, it cannot. It cannot. Check those people. They were not real Africans. They were converted Africans, according to Matthew chapter 23, verse 15. They were converted, then they became more evil than those evil people who converted them. Before you run your mouth against your ancestors in Africa, find out who were those ones who were doing those evil in Africa then. They were converted people in Abrahamic religions. They work with the invaders. They work with the enslavers. They work with the missionaries. The reverend fathers, the Okochukus, the pastors you have in Africans today, they are representative of the missionaries. Evil people. The thief they are, they come to steal, kill, and destroy. And our brethren who they trained continue that trend, or that line is going on. But we are the one that will wake up, rise up to cut it, terminate it, say no way, no more. Even if my parents support it, I'm against it. Even if my community support it, I'm against it. Wake up, Africans. It is time we wake up, rise up, wise up, build ourselves, begin to talk to ourselves again, not talking to imaginary being, not talking to a God we have not seen or can see. Brother Amadi want to come. Let's see if it will work. Approve. Amadi have approved it. If you come on, okay. If not, then try WhatsApp number. The WhatsApp number is 0901 504 0969. So if you call me on WhatsApp video, we can see you from this one. Okay. Don't call me on the American phone. Call me. This is my Nigerian phone. No, when you call me, yeah, I can connect you from here. It's like it's not gonna. Is it connecting? I don't think so. I don't know why it's not. It used to work before when I was living in his side. I don't know why it's not working now. I used to do that. People come online and order it. It's the same thing. So when you're talking about those evil in the land before, in Africa, before white men came, you don't know what you're talking about. There was no evil in Africa before white men came. When I'm talking about white men, we're talking about Arabs and Europeans. Before they came invading us and enslaving us, there was no evil in Africa. Africans were living natural life. Their custom and traditions were rooted in nature, not in spirituality, not in religion. We were not people of faith. We were people of science, that's knowledge. We were intelligent people, and we were inventors. Inventors, sorry. We were inventors. They were invaders. So our brethren who served the enslavers, they're the ones. Whatever evil that say happen in your village, look at it. Tell me. You will find out it is people who believe in God that did that. Originally, Africans didn't believe in any God. Africans know themselves. And that's why they say, man, know thyself. It did not say, man, believe in yourself. No, man, know yourself. When you know yourself, you will not believe in any God. When you know yourself, you will not serve any God. When you know yourself, you will not worship any God. When you know yourself, you will not bow before any God. Let's see who this is. This video. Hello? Hello, everybody. Yeah, I'm not KJ. Ọkụ adịghị be gị a na-ama ahụ gị mụnye lampụ na igwe lantan thank you, man. Of course, I na-emere onwe anyị. Nsogbu adị. Onye na-ekwukwe na ya ama aha gị? Oh, trade fair guy. One time I'm in Nigeria, see, I'm so. The first time can no, the first time can no. Man, I like last time I'm trade fair. Now, so one day when Mickey Jam, but can not get him my head here. There's no way Mickey Jam one day. Yeah. I know that. So what? Of course, I know. Iwu ka ọ bụ eziokwu nwe mmeri. Ngwanụ, thank you for calling. So what? All the more like that. Okay, now. Thank you. So, now one of the people, this brother that just called. If you have been following like some of the things he said, I remember when he used to even preach in trade fair market. For you to do that in Nigeria, it means you are serious with what you are saying, because Nigeria is like a place, let's say you are woke, but around you, the rest of the people there, they don't buy what you are saying. So when you say that you are woke, you don't believe in God, they see you as somebody that's supposed to be dealt with and all that, but you stand your ground. So that's why you see some of our brethren who are woke in Africa, they are suffering. I blame them partially, but I don't want to go to that aspect yet, because if you're woke, your wokeness is supposed to help you to know how to live your life without those people, whether they support you or not. Okay, but imagine what they go through in the hand of their own brethren, simply because they don't believe in the lie their brethren believe. They're doing business with them. Everything was going on normal, but all the love or care they profess to have towards you was based on faith, which is fake, based on belief. So, he used to tell them their Bible is bullshit and all that. He got that boldness about that, because when you know what you are doing and you care about your people, you should tell them the truth, regardless. They are free to hate you. But whatever you have done to help them or to assist them, that thing will be working in your favor, or will be working for you. I don't want to be using all that their word, favor bullshit and all that. Those things will stop them from even harming you. If you understand yourself, you know yourself very well. You see why I traveled when our people are afraid of going to village and all that. They were afraid of kidnapping. I traveled because I was not afraid. What would they do? Kill me? Okay. Let's see. Oh, Fabrice is calling again. The workman. What happened to your volume? I can't hear you. No, it's so low, like nobody hears. See, nobody hears your voice. Check if your phone is connected to another Bluetooth or something like that. Maybe that's the thing that used to happen to me. Or let me drop it and call you and see if it will do the same thing. The financial woman be that. Relax. Oh. Hello?
Hello, brother. Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Oh, nice. Thank you.
Welcome.
I enjoyed your live. Go ahead.
So, how is work today?
I just wanted to comment on what you said about the justice, and if you care about your parents, you're going to tell them the truth. And it really spoke to me, because in my case, when I've always been this, the one to say the truth to my parents, to call them out, and to to speak when something went wrong. But, you know, of course, my siblings they would side with, you know,
Parents.
this idea that you need to respect your parents, you have to be respectful and everything.
Sentiments.
When in reality, they see the parents screwing up, but they cannot say anything to them because they think it's gonna look disrespectful. But in the long term, they're really hurting the parents because we have this idea that parents know better. They have all the answers. Like you said one time in the past, you said this idea that children obey your parents.
That's where I'm going.
Slavery.
It's slavery.
You said it's natural. You shouldn't have to say children obey your parents. If the parents is caring, it goes without saying.
Even if they are poor, children don't. So long you are feeding them, they come, they do whatever you want.
Right, exactly. So they had to instruct children obey your parents, and now you have grown-ups who look at this faith called Christianity. You show them the evidence. You show them everything, but they still deny it.
They obey their parents.
Yes, because the parents put them in there, and they don't want to, you know, to leave. So that's one thing that was really powerful, bro. And the other thing you said was about governance. You know, the rulership over the people, and it's a truly evil idea, my brother. This idea that one person should rule over people or is in charge of them, because I have seen, you know, real corruption. I mean, I'm sure you have seen as well. But
a lot.
Yes, and it's these people that were voted into office. They are becoming so corrupt. They do these things, you know, without most people knowing. They do those things in secret. They abuse people. They engage in traffic. You know, all kinds of you know, wrongdoings. But the people don't even know. But if the power goes back to the people, and you know, we have the power to remove somebody from office or to enforce justice ourselves, then we would get rid of all this corrupt system that came with, you know, colonization and all that. So that was really, really powerful, bro. You said a lot of things. I mean, one thing you said today was, and you said it previously, you believe in justice and not in forgiveness. And you know, we were raised to believe that you have to forgive, turn the other cheek. Bro, I no longer believe in forgiveness. Me too.
I don't practice that at all. No.
You know, so yeah, I just wanted to kind of share that. I think that was really.
And that doesn't mean you hate the person. No, you only want the person to face the consequences of their action.
Yes.
For example, when somebody said that maybe, you know, God saved me when I was, let me use that term, stubborn like that. Like, you know, when I'm trying to survive in this life, trying, even if buying a stolen goods, or even me myself stealing to make it. I said, no. Number one, whatever I did, I was arrested. I'm punished for it. I faced the music. So there was no forgiveness. God did not forgive me. Jesus did not forgive me. I paid for it. So why should I be giving glory saying that God saved me when I know I was arrested and punished? You know, but it is part of what our parents raised us to believe and say. Is it not why by default, when somebody say, how are you doing? Say, thank God, I'm alive. Thank God for today. All this thing, thank God for this. Because we are raised to say that. And that's part of fearing pressure. Okay, see, like when you were saying that, let me read it with this Ephesians chapter 6. He said, children, you belong to the Lord. But you know that's lie. This is what our parents taught us, that we belong to God. God gave us to our parents. He said, and you do the right thing when you obey your parents. You see? You do the right thing when you obey their parents, even though they ask you to be doing stupid things, you obey them. That's the right thing. So if you don't obey them, that's the wrong thing. If even the whole community can stone you to death. You remember in the Bible, he said that a stubborn son should be stoned to death. Stubborn son, no. He did not steal, only he did not obey his parents. He must be stoned to death. That's what they transferred to New Testament. He said, the first commandment with a promise says, obey your father and mother, and you will have a long and happy life. You see that? Remember, he said, children, obey your parents, right? Okay, see what verse 5 said. Slaves, you must obey your earthly masters. Whenever you talk about obedience, you're talking about slavery. Slaves obey. Free people don't obey. They revolt. They say, no, this thing, enough is enough. That's why they call them rebels. When you revolt, they call you rebel. Oh, you must, they label you. Our people say you call a dog name to kill it. You know, if the name of the dog is Bingo, 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 you hold something to kill the dog. You say, Bingo, Bingo, Bingo. Bingo will be running to come thinking you want to give it food. Boom, you kill it. So that's what these people did. So they make you feel like if you obey your parents, you are doing the right thing in the presence of God. And that's how you will live long and a happy life. But you know it's a lie. Most children today living miserably is because they obey their parents. They are not living their life. And even those parents are not also living their life. They are living the same script that was written for them. Parents, he said, train a child in the way he should go. Not leave the child to live his way. It's train the child in the way he should go. When he grow old, he said he will not depart from it. Childhood indoctrination and brainwashing. So that's why it's hard for many adults today to say no to God, no to religion, no to spirituality. So, but they don't want you to say that. Your siblings will come against you because they feel you are against their parents. That my lousy sister living in Aba, her husband, when I call her to warn her, when I call him to warn him to maybe call his wife to order, you know, one of the things he tells me, he said, oh no, those your siblings are fighting for their mother, my own mother. My siblings fighting for them. And so now you're saying that I came to kill my mother. Yeah? I was against my mother. How? You know, the mother, the mother I care so much about, and she cares so much about me. But she only want me to continue in faith. I say I'm not continuing in that faith. So if you send me not sending my money to my mother to go for hospital for treatment, it means I abandon my mother. Okay, what about her God and her Jesus, who's supposed to heal her, but they can't heal her? You know, those ones, you don't say they abandon my mother, but I'm the one that abandoned my mother, although I've been helping her.
And you are actually seeing because you not sending it is an opportunity for them to show how great their God is. They should, in fact, you are giving them the opportunity to show, can this God really heal?
That's it.
They should say, thank you. We're going to prove to you. Thank you for letting God do this.
Yeah.
We will be fine.
Oh man.
They know that God cannot heal them. That's why they're angry at you.
Yes. They want me to make the word of God real by my actions. By my... As my own father tell me that I am tying rope on myself by saying it is me, not God, that is providing. I'm the one providing. Is that means I am tying I want to hang myself? How am I hanging myself? When he said that God is the provider, it's okay. I'm not. God is the provider. So why should I play the role of God over your life? By providing for you. Why? Just like what you say last time. They keep shouting the name of Jesus as if it works. Why they will never pause and say, listen, I've been shouting this name for how many years? I'm still serving under somebody. I'm still suffering.
They don't even have to look at how many years in the same prayer they keep shouting, in Jesus' name, in Jesus' name. So if you have to say it over and over, it doesn't really work. At that moment, if you have to say it 2 times, it's like when you're scrubbing something. You have to keep scrubbing, and you can start seeing how it gets clean, and it gets clean, it gets clean.
You keep doing it, yeah, because you see it's working.
You see it working, exactly. For them, they will scream Jesus in Jesus' name. Oh, we cast you out, we cast you. They keep repeating it, and sometimes they're speaking tongue. They're walking around, shaking, begging, and you're thinking, wow, you have to do all this work. Thank you. All of this work for him to lift a little finger. That's not worth it.
It's a shame. It doesn't.
It's a shame. It's really a shame. And when you said, like you serve your time, you come out, you don't need to thank any God. The woman from the wife of the president of Cote d'Ivoire, Ivory Coast, they were in 2012 and 11. The French military went there. They forced them out of the house, and they took him to the ICC, International Criminal Court in Europe for years. The wife was locked up somewhere else. I'm telling you, bro, when she was released in I think it was 2019, 2018. The first interview she gave, she said, my brethren, our God is wonderful.
Stupid people, man.
He delivered me. I could not believe it.
Oh, man.
I'm looking at this woman, I'm like, you served all these years, your family is broken, they lost people, and you're sitting here thanking God, saying he's wonderful. When, bro, this thing is really, it's really, it's a very hard drug on the brain. It's really
deadly hard drug.
It's worse than any drug, seriously.
Deadly.
I'm telling you. Wow.
Well, the truth shall prevail. That's what we are doing. Yes. We will not. We are not giving in to them. And so, even if it don't happen in this lifetime, in the next lifetime, it must happen. It must happen. So thanks for calling, bro.
Yeah, bro. Thank you. Thanks
so much. Keep doing the great thing. We will keep coming live to keep sharing. Our people are waking up.
That's right. That's right. Okay, bro.
All right. Take care.
Bye.
So, Woke Africans, you're welcome to join and to or share your own knowledge that you have about what is going on in Africa, in your family and all that. So remember that it is our brethren who serve the invaders, the enslavers. They are the ones who did all those evils. You say that happened in Igbo land or in Africa or wherever you came from in Africa. It was not real Africans that did all that. It were converted Africans. Those Africans that were converted by the Arabs, converted by the Europeans, they are the one that carried out all those atrocities. And it's written in their book, Isaiah chapter 45, verse 7. Their God says is the one that create evil and do all those atrocities you are talking about. So when you are resisting the devil, remember, you are validating God that does not exist. That's why they tell you in their book, if you say you have not sinned, you say you made God a liar. No, I didn't make God a liar. God is the liar in the Bible. Genesis chapter 2, 16 and 17. And Genesis chapter 3, 1 to 7. Okay. Amadi is calling. Another trade fair guy. See, Uncle us. Onye Shimolo otu onye. Also otu onye ka Ishigbu today. Also otu onye ka Ishigbu today. Welcome. Yeah, this is your first time on live broadcast here. Last one was the one we did in a hotel, but the network did not let it last. So how is life? How is business? How is everything?
Business is great, my brother.
Okay.
Seriously, that's the best life to be.
How is dollar today? 1,000 what? How is dollar in Nigeria today?
My brother, I'm beating Nigerians. I'm beating the whole Africa. Just imagine how Africa would just leave their own currency to do all their transaction with another person's currency. Everything about Nigeria is they're trading in dollar.
Of everything, even the oranges in our villages. Dollar.
I'm telling you, they're trading in dollar. No matter how little, even ordinary bike man go carry, you go tell you, bro, you know, say dollar don't come out. I thought first want to weigh those our own. Serious. Yesterday when we got the news, dollar 1,000. Everybody was just running head basket. So I just said everything. And then I was like, fuck.
That's how government is helping Africans.
I'm telling you, governments are just so useless for us. Even I pity them because we put them there. They put them there because I told them that I'm not a supporter of this government. You are putting under modern slavery to yourself. There was a broadcast we made some time ago. We said something about if we try this, can we just try it for once to live without this government? Because
they will come after you. They will come after you.
People even to them like they can't live their life if government is not in the picture.
That's how the system made it.
The main thing that brought me is
keep talking and coming.
That missing link, our ancestors. I had a conversation with a brother sometime. He's a religious fool, I know. He said to me, "This do you even know what our ancestors did?" And I asked him, "Can you tell me one thing they did?" He said, "Our ancestors were killing twins." I said, "Really? Okay, and then what again?" He said, "Is it not enough for God to punish our ancestors and keep us in this condition?" I was like, "Really?" So our ancestors killing twins. How about these invaders that invaded us?
That kill us.
Killed millions of people. Doesn't that justify their own decision? He said, "No, but he totally like to he don't even want to answer that question. It was just like our ancestors did even.
We just ignore it.
I don't know. Their mentality is challenged to that. Okay, this one they say respect. So it's very, very hard for them to accept that somebody on his own will think critically one day to try this religion and this nonsense belief. Without the help of the parents or all those things. Someone was talking to me and she was like, "Look at what you are saying that God doesn't exist and you trash God." Is your father still alive? I said, "No, he's not there." I said, "Okay. How about your mom?" I said, "My mother is there." I said, and I asked her, he said, "No, she better say that if your father was there, you can't even come go to say this." And I asked her, "Do you know my age?" So at my age now, I'll be so afraid of what my father will do to me to stand up for truth. So do you think that my father, with my age now, my father will do anything to me that will hurt me? No. First, he's not feeding me anymore. I live my life. I live my life. I do everything on my own self. So why will I not be afraid to accept the truth and even speak it out to people like you to go and think? I'm not telling you to believe me, just for you to think. Because that's the same way I woke up to say these things. Because I had the truth. And I have to go and digest it and think. I was like, why will I even go and think about what I say? I said, then do you know that's the easiest way for you people. Like when it comes to belief, because when you tell someone to believe, the person already know that I don't even need to apply my common sense, Let me just accept it that way. You understand? The listen. It's very, 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 very appalling. It's very appalling how people think. As in, bro, over here in Nigeria, as in like just the way you said this, in trade fair especially, if you see yourself, I was talking to Jelle then. Jelle now told me that, bro, you know that in this trade fair, that it's possible that you can count up to 10 woke minds here. It's possible. Take part alone. You can't count. Nobody's saying it out. They're still living in that same bondage, that subjection. Like before they open the gates, they have to pray for like hours. They have to pray for hours. Just to keep people there, just to collect their own money. Even I had already told them that it is their money. They are just doing the business there. And even the trade fair government said, have their own share there. So that's why they are allowing all this.
That's why, of course, they are supporting them.
It's very, very fun. But I love the program. At least sometimes come up and
yeah, sometimes. Anyway, I encourage other people to be doing that. You know, any opportunity you have, use it to spread the knowledge. You know.
Yes. I'm trying my best to want to come online. I'll make plans for that.
So it's true that majority of our people don't have access to the internet, but at least don't delete it. It's there. Anytime they can afford data, they may see it. That may be the liberating message they have been looking for or waiting for. So the truth shall prevail. Okay, now, how is Ijele? I know you and Ijele is trailer. Ijele rarely speak up. That's his person. So,
yeah.
All right.
Ijele shared your link to me. So from there, I start thinking and start. The main thing is when this internet problem, seriously, because it's very hard for most of the people to pay more time. You know, they will be together, like they are spending much data, you know, to stay online and listen to this person's program or you see them, the little they will have, they will go and give it to them in the church. Seriously.
They use it to listen to Bible reading or a Bible app. They use it because they tell them the first 1,000 hands that we share this message, you will receive miracle. You see, they share it to group. I was like them. I don't blame them much. I was like them. Okay.
Seriously. Even you can't possibly want to help them because the moment you help them, for them to say thank you, they will first thank their imaginary code like, thank God, this one, I did this thing to you. Then why not say come on, thank you to me and they appreciate my common help.
You want to steal their God's glory. You're a thief.
Seriously. Okay, today, after morning training, I went to sports. So, after the training, we were just like sitting there discussing. So, they were bringing up an issue with this very young criminal.
That criminal.
Everywhere now. Yes. So, one guy now said that the guy is doing this thing, the guy is bringing innovation. Even plan on building hospital and all those nonsense. I was just the man that owned the place, he already know me. I invited him sometimes to my place. The man was surprised when I was talking to him. So the man already know me. I didn't want to say anything there because me adding to my own this, I was already stressed. So at the time, one aboki that is selling that is buying all these bottles. So he came around. So one old woman now came there to pack some bottle and give to aboki. So add on to the wash out. So the woman was angry. And I saw like 5 eating at the back of one car there. And I called the woman back to, Madam, come and carry this on her service. So the woman now came and carried it on. Was like, she was not thanking me. I said, fine, no problem. And I told the other man, see, this woman now tomorrow, this little one that she collected from this place who said that she made one, she will take it to the church tomorrow, thinking that it's God that provided this for this.
She must pay tithe and give offering.
I'm telling you. So I was not telling the one that said, now to give tithe and not. I said, I just stood up there because their matter just gas the honor for religion, you know, for the disturb. It's very disturbing. Even the own parents that you're talking about, the same thing. We are as in very common in the family. Once you have a religious people and you just decide to wake up and speak of the truth, the worst thing is if you wake up and not speak of the truth and practice it, they will be cool with you and they will be taking it from you.
Yeah, of course.
But when you wake up, speak the truth and practice it, I won't give you since you know that it's God that is giving you. You understand?
I won't come between you and your God. I said I won't come between you and your God. I don't want to be obstacle to your blessing.
Yes. No, once you come on to speak that truth, boom, they will deny you. You are now their enemy. You understand? And you know the one thing, they will use that their parental fear, you know. So you want to kill me. So I will be like,
you can't. Now, when my mother said that, I said, of course, she will die. All of us will die. I will die. Whether you are killed or not, you will still die. That person that used to kill people in our village, where is that person now? The person still died.
I'm telling you, I remember sometime last year, yeah, that was, last year when I told them, when I made it so open, I tried to use their God and religious nonsense. So, my elder sister called me one time. She was like, do you know that our mother have not eaten for like 5 days now because of what I'm causing her? Anything that happened to her now. I was like, I told her, maybe she's not hungry.
Yeah, she's not hungry, of course.
I'm telling you, when she's hungry, she'll go and eat. What concerns me? I'm here in Lagos. Doing my own best, doing my best, and she's there. If she's hungry, she will eat. What concerns me? See anything that happened to her, remember the family you come from. Remember that I didn't. I said, okay, that one doesn't concern me.
That's let me say, sorry. Let me say something before you continue, because of what you're saying. So one of my brothers told me that my last younger sister, you know, she said that I suppose, I don't know the year, I say I supposed to give the 3 sisters that we have, I supposed to give them 500,000 because we suffered together in the family. I said, excuse me. I happen to be the firstborn. What you're talking about? What do you mean suffered? Let's say, I've been saying this. Yeah, if we suffered and the family raised money or sell land or just raise money to send me abroad or to start business for me, and I'm doing well, of course, I'm supposed to pay back. But in my own case, it's not. When I was coming to America, my parents did not give me a dime, a kobo. Don't tell me they didn't have. They do, because I left on a that it was Sunday. They went to church that day. In fact, that evening I was going, they left me in the house, in their own house, going for another meeting in the evening, Sunday evening. And I left for Lagos. They are my parents, right? But what I'm saying is this, because some siblings have that entitlement, because you are the firstborn, you're supposed to establish your siblings. No, that's not how it is. It's the parents that are supposed to establish their children. Then siblings help one another if you have. And if you don't have, that doesn't make you lesser than anyone in the family. Don't let anyone intimidate you because you don't have. Don't let anyone insult you because you have, but you don't give them. You don't have two hands. They also supposed to, like that, my younger sister. After she finished secondary school, right? That's high school in America. She's supposed to start working, at least provide for herself, right? But she didn't. She jumped into marriage, and you know our people's mentality. You know, if you don't marry now, you may not marry tomorrow. So, no, I don't fall for all those. They can say whatever they want. Oh, no, you didn't give this. I will continue giving until I die. I've been giving, but the little I gave to you did not make anything out of it. You are eating it in hope that I will continue bringing it. So, my the other younger brother that is in Europe, you know, they want him to be bringing, they want me to be bringing too. So, how about you guys doing something also? We didn't start this thing in abroad. When we were in Nigeria, we were also doing something, try to provide for ourselves. I did not come to America before I started business for any of my siblings. You know, I did not come to America before I started giving things to my parents. You know, anybody that know me know I was doing, even when I was in Lagos, doing business, I was doing all these things. But now, this thing is not by God's help. It's not by God's grace. We are the one that hustle and struggle to put food on our table, to put clothes on our back, roof over our head, you know, take care of ourselves. It's not any God, though you say it is God. I think Mr. Oji said it last time. No, I think it's Fabrice that said that. Somebody he helps said that, oh, it is because she prayed. You know, she prayed God to touch him. That's why he was able to help her. Mm-hmm.
So, was you praying for God to use another person? I think, okay, let you say that the person now have another problem now that I want to. Then your God now already.
We force the person.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. To give somebody to come and give you. If the person have another problem now they said this thing now, your blessing not going to reach your hand. But isn't that so stupid for people to believe that? For people to even think that way.
The person will not think the reason why this person give you this thing is because this person have it. Not because of your God, because just as you said, you're telling me if I have need of 5,000, right? And I have 5,000 to solve that problem, my own problem. Then you come and tell me, please, I have my problem, I need 5,000. Give me 5,000, please. So I should give it to you because you pray? You know, it is out of the leftover people have that they give to you, not because of any God. You know?
Simple. And even with the leftover, if I choose not to give you out of your.
You didn't do any wrong.
Work and get this. If I choose not to give, I can't even give you that leftover. Because you can work and get yours. So don't depend on mine.
No, they use religion to make us turn us into beggars. You know, even some people that are coming to ask you, they have more properties than you. Think about it. Somebody that huh?
There's this thing that they used to use. Give me, God will bless you.
Oh yeah.
I remember back home, it used to melt my heart. I said, once you use that, brother, give me, God will bless you. God will provide. And I will want to give you. Especially they used to stand this bus stop. Once you drop by.
Everywhere in Lagos. Everywhere in Lagos.
You understand? But now, that statement, even if your condition is very bad and you use that statement,
I will not give to you.
I won't give you.
Let God give to you. So if there is God, let him solve your problem.
I don't know. It's eating also, especially here in Africa.
How did I hear?
Seriously.
How did I promise? So, and
tomorrow now, they will, even this 100 days fast, this lady in our life, because they will want to be like, their wish, that one is, don't already tell why I know say that's not useless. They're just using plenty, all this useless thing that you're saying. So, the woman, I was like, this 100 days fasting and prayer that I just finished, because she like food, So I go ask her, is it like you people will not channel this 100 days fasting, just make it one and channel it to let this government, you understand, at least change and do better. They say, no, it's not for government though, it's for personal prayer. I'm not going to ask her, as in, what kind of personal prayer? Is it like, is it, no, now, for all these evil spirits pursuing somebody, this one doing this? I said, no, now, all those evil spirits and kidnapping accidents, it will stop. Only if your government now change and do better and do best. They said, no, now, our government will do that. They will do that one for government, They were just like, and I'm like, I was trying to make her understand that if government should change, you understand, and do things better as other people are living in another foreign country, that all these their evil spirits and
will disappear.
You understand? It will stop because now they are like this night now, bro, as I'm telling you, this night my mom, she go hold like 5 midnight prayer when she go on to. I dey tell you. And I want to just keep telling her if I manage to talk to her, because sometimes don't just go and get sick. If you get sick, go, and I notice that it's because of this prayer, you will not even hear anything from me. So it's less for you. They will just be like praying for unnecessary sins that no matter how they pray and wish, they will still come back and beg. Give me this. Why can't your God do it for you? Why? Very simple something, and they faith to other, and they will label you. The kind of hatred they will give to you. If you're wondering, is this for family or what?
That's what religion does. Okay, see, like I share that former Anambra State governor in America, Willie Obiano. You see, you see how he's walking in the neighborhood freely, right? You can't do that. You can't do that in Africa, despite all the prayers, Holy Ghost fire, angels of God, Almighty God. But you see, former governor of Anambra State, you see how he just walking the dog on the street? No problem. Where government is working, not where God is working. Does he look like somebody that prays to you? No. He look like big guy, somebody that is enjoying his life, But go to Anambra State and tell me you are walking your dog like that, and you are rich like that. Unless military men are going with you, working with you, okay. And you are afraid because unknown government can kill all those military men and you too. So if all their prayers, these prayers we are making, I used to pray like that when I was a Christian. I pray for my parents. I pray for all my siblings. I say that I represent them before God. Whatever I've suffered, they will not suffer it. I was praying. I'm telling you, I use myself as point of contact when it comes to my family in prayer. And I was praying all kinds of prayer, dry fasting prayer, 7 days, 3 days, all that. I was doing all manner of that prayer, but it's not working. It is my own body that taught me like that. It's not working. And that's how I stopped going to church in Nigeria. When I see what you are praying against is still happening. So that means it's not working. Yeah.
It's very, very bad. Like, I look at them, I'll be like, why do people still living in this kind of condition? Why?
Because they're living in fear, faith, hope, love, and humility. That's how slaves live. So they still fear God. Oh, if I don't do this, you don't know what will happen. Bad thing may happen. Remember Pharaoh in the Bible. Remember Herod in the Bible. Remember King Nebuchadnezzar in the Bible. You know, they tell, oh, I've seen people like you before. You know how they ended. You know, they confess on the sick bed, there is hellfire. Okay, so but you won't tell me what Christians confess on the sick bed. That's why I tell them Archbishop Benson Idahosa confessed on his sick bed that there is no God. That Jesus never, all the thing he was doing, he was using African powers. It's not in the name of Jesus anything. You know, but they will tell you, no, it's not true. It's not true. It's only the atheists that said what. Okay, those people are. Amadi, in your village, I know I'm the mother Bashisha. What do you people call a Bashisha na bone? Bashisha is somebody confessing, like elderly people about to die. After they confess, then they die. What do you people call it? Okay. Okay, yeah, you see an elderly person. That thing is people suffering dementia. It's in America. I found out it's a medical problem. Somebody suffering dementia. They can say, "Oh, I kill so person. I did so thing." They didn't do those things, but.
According to the story, they say that the old man there, when he wanted to die, he said that he's the one that made all the daughters not to marry.
Such thing, yeah. They say confess.
Yes, he said that he's the one that is eating the children. You understand? So we all believe that. You understand? We all believe that. So with the time that will start growing up, even sometimes if I'm just relaxing, you know, smoking my weed, I will be like thinking far back. I'll be like, okay, look at things that we believe then. This man now that made all this confession then, that is the one eating all the children. I did they eat them. Is it like you will come and be eating them like food or in spirit?
With the voodoo power. With the voodoo. He's sacrificing them.
Or how did they even make the daughters not to marry? Is it possible? You know, just think about it. What is it going to benefit if you do that? You understand? But many of them, even the elderly people, the people who call elderly people, they all believe that nonsense then. You understand?
That's why they taught the little ones to believe it too.
Yes. You know? That things that have no meaning. We will say, just do your head. Think. Just reason it. You will be so clear and so, as in the knowledge, the understanding itself will be there. So plain and simple. But they won't do it. They won't. I was telling my senior brother the other time, look at it is because, yes, you are the face of hope. Out of the too much responsibility that you put to yourself, that you must do this one, and you have to do this one before you do this one. You understand? That is why you are in this condition. And for now, why not think? I'm telling you, okay, look at me. I'm more younger than you, but with the level of knowledge I have now, I didn't buy it from anywhere just for me to engage myself. It's not like I went further in education for you to say that maybe I passed through this educational degree. That's why I have this common sense of understanding now. No, the same level. But think, the church that you are hoping and the God that you are believing that is going to come and change your problem tomorrow or anytime soon, is it real? Think, it's not going to hurt you. It's even going to help you now. Even for the fact that you are even thinking, I want to burn this one, I want to burn 3. I I want to born for. To me, I'm not advising you to go and born the one that you can't take care of.
In your poverty.
So if you take care of one, it will be okay for you. Born that one, born. Before you even start all those things, gather a very clear brain that you use and help your children. You understand? Don't come and bring out children that you will see go and tell them that it's God that is doing this one for
God
them.
will provide.
I don't know.
Yeah, like that, you raise a point there. Family responsibility is killing many men in Nigeria or in Africa. Family responsibility. You know, sometimes it may not be firstborn. Sometimes, you know, so long maybe you're doing something and a little money coming out, everybody will begin to come to your address. They begin to call you. This problem, we need so. But when you are suffering, none of them come to say, hey, are you doing okay? Take this one. No. It's when they say, oh, you have a car now. You have, okay, you must have money. You must provide. You must. No. See how you tell your elder brother like that? Yeah, you are the one that put yourself in this mess, carrying people's responsibility. Yesterday at work, this guy, he's saying he's doing 2 jobs, and they work double on one. That after working this one, he will go to that one, come back again. So, and you know, I think he's from Europe though, but it'd be like, yeah, you know, life here. I'm doing that for my daughter is in college. You know, I have to pay for the college, and my parents pay for me. I have to do that. You see what he believes, right? Because of my children or because of my daughter. Now remember, because in America at least you have something doing. That his daughter can take loan in the American system. That's where government can assist in her. But you know, some people will be like, no, I don't want my child to take any loan. You know, no, I'm working. I will pay it. I will pay through it. Then guess what happened? If tomorrow that daughter or that son, you know, finish education and doing something, then if it's not doing as they want or giving to them as they want, it becomes a problem. It becomes a problem. So you see, in families, many people created that problem. Just like in America here, the bills, many people are saying it's too much on them. They begin to think about committing suicide or thinking that the world is against them. They created those bills. I slashed my bills. I was driving Infinity, right? Then when my daughter need that car, I have to buy another car, right? I would have gone to Lexus, Infinity again, or Mercedes, or that, paying the car note, right? I say no. Let me go buy a Honda, the one I know. The money I saved up can help me. I will not be paying much car note. I don't care how people feel about that. You are the one that create those bills. There's no God. Don't blame any God. Don't blame any government. You are the one that created those bills. You are the one that bought the house you must pay for. You are the one that bought the car you must pay for. So you can live your life without buying those things. I'm living this place is called Studio in America. That's where I'm living. But how much I'm paying here? People living in maybe is it apartment or mansion in Nigeria? It may be more than what they're paying for that. But that's American system because it costs more to live in America, like paying house rent or all that. But no matter what, you still have the sense or the brain to think, this is what I can do, this is what I can handle. You don't go and take it because everybody is driving Mercedes, I must drive Mercedes. Okay, then you will suffer the same thing they're suffering. They repossess their cars too. In America, you park their car somewhere because you fail to pay your monthly this thing, maybe after 3 months. They tow the car wherever they see it, and you must pay the remaining money, whether you like it or not. You see, so those problems, most problems, people created those problems for themselves. And they themselves can cut those problems. Why are you carrying? Okay, let me say this thing. Some women, they call them barren. They mock them. They insult them. Then you see those women again saying, okay, I want to help somebody that have children. No, you don't supposed to do that. If you don't have a child of your own, you know those that have will mock you. So why are you helping them to pay their children's school fees? Why are you helping them to feed their children? Because they tell you, do you don't know, maybe you will have your own, blah, blah. But you know they will insult you. Any chance they get, they will tell you, you see, you're not able to have your own, and you are talking. So why, you're not supposed to even have anything to do with these people unless to benefit you. That's what you're supposed to be doing. But you see, especially our women carrying that problem, they mock you. That's why I say barrenness is religious something. In nature, nobody is barren. Every tree does not bear fruit. Not every tree that bears fruit. At least, but trees bear branches, bear other things. It's not a must you bear fruit. It's not a must you have a child, live your life. Some of them will say, but you have a child. Think about, I'm an Anambra man. If you know an Anambra man, and I'm the firstborn, where is my son? I don't have one. I only have a daughter. So should I now, you see, I've seen somebody that left abroad and went back to Africa, relocated to Africa just to have a son. They want to go and start impregnating girls. Anyone that have a son, okay. But I never in my life for any time, even when I was a Christian, be desperate to have any child or children. Never desperate. Yeah, when I was in Nigeria, I said, if I'm in Nigeria, I will have only 2 sons because of the bad condition there. I mean, 2 children because of the bad condition. Yes. But if I travel to America, I will have 4 children. But when I came to America, I found out why the rich people in America only have 1. It's poor people that is having more children everywhere, both in Africa, in America. Poor people. You see, so most poor people are the one creating that problem. But if you can focus on yourself, you will never suffer in this life, no matter what you are doing. You have your 2 legs. If you find yourself, this place is not working for you, they're not treating you well, move out. Don't stay there, don't die there. I can decide not to come to Nigeria again. Nobody will make me come. I can decide that. So if I don't have money to come to Nigeria, do you think I will try to go borrow money to come? No, I will not do that. People will borrow money to marry. People will borrow money to marry. You're talking. You see somebody borrow money to do wedding. Then after you owe people, they are chasing you. You begin to blame devil or your village people, or you say somebody is manipulating you. But when you travel to China, when you travel to America, when you travel to Europe or those places you said you are going for holidays or for business, they don't have such mentality. But you the one that have it. Then after you said somebody is after you, and that's why they become victim to all these Ebukadem, those criminals, telling them nonsense, how their problem will be solved by prayer. They say Ebuka want to relocate something to Imo State. I say, he's afraid now. They say, no, it's 100 days prayer they will be doing. 100 days prayer. What has that got to do with developing your land? You call it, they said they'll be building banks, they'll be creating jobs. No, that's the worst thing. The reason why you have government in the land is to do those things. But we're still living among people that claim to be educated and they claim whatever they are, yet they're living like people that are so timid and archaic. In this time and age, you still believing that you can do 100 days prayer. Last time in Festac, there's this Anglican church where they have Corona Hotel. I used to sleep in that hotel before. The place they used to have a night That place people used to stand reading newspaper. I think it's is this 22 road and 21 road, all that. The Anglican Church there, these people have 1 month program every day, inviting different speakers for 1 month. I used to do that when I was Pentecostal. But think about that. Those people doing that in that church, there's no rich man you will see doing that with them. It may be on the last day of the program, what they call anointing service. That's when you will see the rich men when they come to church, normal Sunday service now. And then they will use them to raise money. You know, and the poor people continue doing the service. Who are the ones singing? Poor people. Who are the ushers? Poor people. Who are the ones cleaning? Poor people. And yet these people continue. 1 month you are doing church program. So that month you wasted your life. Because the time you're supposed to think, you're not thinking. You are going from business to church, from business to church for the whole month. 31 days in a month or 30 days. No. Our people need to work on.
No rest. You from your business place, you go to the church. From that church now, if you get around, let's say, to 11 or thereabouts. No rest. No, sometimes they don't even sleep well.
They does.
From that, that's why they even died. I told somebody, I keep telling them that government is not even the problem because government who created it. You understand? We can decide to dissolve it. But the problem is this concept of God. The concept of God is clean. It's very bad. The moment people wake up and know that there is no God coming, there is no God that is going to punish this person, then everybody will now wake up and start to deal with the same government. People will now know that yes, this very government is not helping because God is not there to help. And if this government should change, then everything will change. And people are doesn't. It's very appalling. It's very appalling.
Anyway, that's why we're trying to make the truth spread so that the knowledge of truth, factual truth, so that people will begin to think for themselves. And when we reason alike, that's when we can unite and do what we need to do as a people. So thank you, Amadi, for that, okay? And tell Ijele to come online. Tell her. So, my people, Africans, our brethren who serve the enslavers, you see them in Abrahamic religions, you see them in politics. They are not real Africans, and they are the ones that did and doing all that evil you heard or you hear in or about Africa. No real African is a Christian. No real African is a Muslim. No real African is a Jew. No real African is Hebrew Israelite. No real African is spiritual. No real African is religious. No real African is a believer. Africans are intelligent people. They use their brain. They think for themselves originally. They say, come, let us make. Come, let us build. Come, let us do. Come. They were talking to themselves. They were paying homage to themselves. They respect themselves. They weren't honoring the dead or respecting the dead. One of us said that, respect the dead, celebrate the living. I mean, no, respect the living, celebrate the dead. I said, no, respect the living, then bury the dead. The only best thing you can do for the dead is to bury them, not to honor them, not to respect them. The dead don't need your respect. The dead don't need your honor. Imagine our people were so conditioned that they believe if you don't give somebody a befitting burial where you waste your resources, the person will be haunting you. I said, okay, let's give it to them. The only person that can haunt you is the person that invested in you, gave you everything to enjoy life. Then you ignore the person. But if it's not so, it's not. The dead cannot do anything to you. The dead are not opposite of the living. They are not against the living. I am the dead. I am the living. So respect me now that I'm alive. Then when I die, bury me. That life is that simple. Tell me why burying a body, a dead body, is costing us money, especially when we are suffering in Africa. You keep following America, you keep following Americans, you keep following Europeans. When you don't have the same thing they have, you don't have government working, you don't have things, you don't have health care, you don't have, what insurance do you have in Africa? Yet when somebody dies, the list of things that are supposed to cost you money is costing you fortune. Sometimes it costs you your unity. It costs you your relationship in the family. How much did you bring when they buried our father? How much did you bring when they buried our mother? Nobody is supposed to bring a dime for burial. You don't do that. All you have to do, throw the body in the ground. You don't need to dress that body up. You don't need to wash that body. The body dies, bury it. The body living, respect it. How do you respect people? Let them be. If they need your help, you have what it takes to help them. You help them. You don't have, don't wish them anything. Let them find another way to solve it. Wishing somebody anything cannot help or change anything. It's empty. So we are not wishful thinkers. We are critical thinkers. If you can think critically, you can solve your problem without becoming a liability to others. It's becoming liability to others that make you thinking that they owe you. You think that you are entitled to their help or their assistance. It is time you wake up, Africans, and solve all that problem in our land. I want you to know that godly people are wicked people we have in our land. Godly people, spiritual people, religious people, righteous people, holy people. They are the wicked people in our land. Check all the wicked things that are done under the sun, or that is done under the sun. Tell me that it's not godly people that are doing it anywhere. Mention one. See the war in Ukraine and Russia. Are they not godly people? Yes, they are. Look at the evil happening everywhere. People suffering in Africa everywhere. Who are the ones ruling Africa? Godly people. You see, Africans are jumping around. Oh, coup. There's coup in Niger, coup in this place, coup in that place. It's the same thing you are doing. You say because that person has been 100 years in power, the military do coup now to replace him. It's white people that gave you the military too. Military is part of slavery. And that's how they control. The government use the military to control you. The military control the weapon. They're the one handling the weapon. That's why you see your governor or your president working with armed men, I mean. Armed, not arms. Not in there. These things are going on because godly people are doing it. We need natural people again. We need people of nature. We don't need godly people. We need people that use their brain, people that consult themselves, not people that consult imaginary beings, not people that come and pour in libation to being they cannot see. Godliness is wickedness. Righteousness is wickedness. That's why it brings division. That's why it brings destruction. That's why it brings hate. Godliness is wickedness. Righteousness is wickedness. But what did they tell you? They say what? Huh? Righteousness do what? Exalt a nation. Wickedness exalt a nation. The world powers. Why are they the world powers? Because they are wicked. If they are natural, if they are nice, they won't be world powers. World powers over other people. You're controlling other people, taking other people's land, controlling other people's land, telling other people how to live. You are evil. And we have to end it. All those missing links in Africa, we have to connect them again to make our people think for themselves so we can reason together. And together again, as our ancestors did, we can do exploits again, make them for ourselves, build great things. They call it Tower of Babel, but that's our science, where we didn't need any God. We were building our cities. We are inventing things because we are people of great mind. Somebody call it extraordinary brain. People of great brain, sorry. We have extraordinary brain as a people. Stop spiritualizing it. You begin to understand it. When you spiritualize anything, you will never understand that thing. You will live in by faith, which is fake. You are not living in reality. It's time you have a rethink. And this is where we end today's live broadcast for the woke Africans. So next time, see you, maybe if I have chance, we can do it tomorrow. Or if you have chance, if you can do it, if I see you online, I will try to join and also spread knowledge of factual truth that I have. You have some, I have some. When we come together, we make it work. Okay? Gordon.